I've got one tomato left from those tomatoes I got reduced a few weeks ago now, and it's starting to go a little bit soft. So the softer part I'm going to slice it all up, but the softer part I'm going to use on a pizza. I've just made the dough, so I'm going to make some bread rolls and a pizza. It's a day for using leftovers, and I've got this pepper that wants using up. I've got just a little bit of chilli left that I got reduced a while ago, so we'll use that. I've got my homemade tomato sauce. Ignore the jar, it's my homemade tomato sauce. And the other day I got some, was it yesterday, day before? I got some mozzarella reduced from 130 to 33p. And I've got a little bit of bacon, and I'm just partially cooking it to go on top of the pizza. And I've also got some eggs that want using. What date are these? It's the 7th today, it's Monday. These were the 5th of July, so I've got some eggs that want using, so we'll make something with those as well. So it's a using leftovers day today. So that's what I'm putting on the pizza. Some partially cooked bacon. I've got chilli and garlic. I've used half the mozzarella, some of my home-dried marjoram and oregano, some of the pepper, 3/4 of the tomato, and I shall be adding my tomato sauce, as I say, and that's 1/3 of the tomato. That was the firmer part, and I fully cooked some bacon there, and I'm going to have that tomorrow in a BLT sandwich, bacon, lettuce and tomato sandwich with my homegrown lettuce. So I'll just wrap that up and pop it in the fridge until the dough's ready. That's rising nicely. While we wait for that, shall we go out and have a catch up on the melon plants? We've got tomatoes, some coming there, some coming there. Oh, remind me to show you what's happening with the chilli plant, for no apparent reason, well, that I can think of. A few weeds in there, look. Oh, look. Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 flowers. Now, as I understand it, there's a male and a female flower. They all look the same to me. I shall have to do some research. Has this got... Oh, this one's got one. Just one. And that one's got one. That one's got 2. Well, the sheep's wool seems to be working. I shall have to go out with my rucksack and see if I can get some more coriander. Look at that growing now. Did I show you what was happening with the gooseberry bush? What's that? That's a dead leaf. Look, the leaves have been nibbled. I've been pulling off the gooseberries. There's just a few left on. I was hoping that they'd get a little bit bigger. Can you see I'm in the way? shadows. But I have got some blueberries, I noticed. Where did I notice? Oh, look. Ripening. Some there. One there. This blueberry bush was the first to flower anyway. Won't be long before I'm having a look and see what we've got growing there. This plant, in this container, I've got tomatoes and I planted potatoes. Trying to grow as much as I possibly can in a short space. But I thought, just as an experiment, oh, there's some tomatoes there, look. Just as an experiment, I'd put in one of those turmeric. And I'm just wondering, is that the turmeric? I was tempted to dig down and have a look, but I thought, leave it, Jill. Has anybody grown turmeric? Is that what it looks like? I had 2 tomato plants in here that I didn't think looked particularly healthy. So I took them out and binned them, and I've put 2 of the bean plants in. But look at the onions growing. I've never grown onions before. I was just maybe hoping for like salad onions. Very windy. But they seem to be filling out a bit. As do these, look. There's a beetroot there I planted just for the leaves, but it's actually filling out now. Got some tomatoes coming there. And some coming there. Oh, and some coming there. Can we see? And this is the apricot tree that I've grown from a seed pip, and that's where I put the sheep's wool round the bottom to stop what was nibbling it. Doesn't seem to be nibbling anymore. Hanging baskets looking lovely. I thought I'd make, because I've got some cherries I've just stoned and cut in half. I can't remember the name of the pudding, but it's either French or Italian, but it's basically like a custard. And I've got 2 eggs in there, some milk, and I'm just going to add a dessert spoon of sugar. And the recipe calls for flour, but I thought I'd use custard powder. Once I've whisked it, I'll add some custard powder and see what that turns out like. A bit of an experiment. So there we are. That's the pizza. Looks delicious. The cherry egg custard a side salad with my pea shoots. They're ready now. And the loaf of bread. Making the most of leftovers. Oh, and let me show you what's happened to my chilli plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 4, 6, 7, yes. Over the last few days, I've had 7 flower heads fall off this chilli plant. It was a little bit dry, but there's nothing on the top. There's one. I don't touch it. There's one there. That seems all right. And that one seems all right. And I did look. It's an Hungarian wax hot chilli plant, apparently. I had forgotten, but I wonder why. If anybody knows, leave it in the comments section. What have I done wrong? I've only ever grown chilli plants outside, and that was a bought one as well. So I don't think I'd have noticed if any flowers had fallen off. But that one fell off just as a flower, look. We've just had lightning. That set somebody's burglar alarm off. But we're having a well-needed downpour.